thank you so much for speaking with me today. Listening to your music and learning about your story, I was so intrigued. Somebody who literally was born into the arts, and you show yourself so artistically through your emotions and music, what we see visually, what we hear, so many different things. I think it's beautiful, and which is why I'm so happy to get a chance to talk to you. I want to ask you right off the top, how are you doing? How are you holding up? Because this last 2 years has really changed not just the world, but the way people see the world.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for saying all of this. Um, I guess my way of coping with like all this noise, I could say, out in the world and like all this suffering also, is by being well supported in my community with the people around me. And and when you feel like overwhelmed with all of these things, to ask for support, to talk about it, and to inform yourself with the things that you don't really understand, because it has been like so confusing. And
Yes.
one of my way of defense in my brain, sometimes I just like deny everything because I there's too much, so I don't want to dive into it because it hurts too much. So I feel like one of my ways of coping is with people around me, with that support, and music, art, nature, and ceremonies, within my community. So it's a lot of things, but mainly support from the people.
I can already tell you have a very old spirit. Are you the type of person that absorbs the world? I just saw your eyes light up. I'll let you go into it because you know what I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, thank you. It's it's really intense. Like I think um I'm highly an intense person in my emotions. I'm very compassionate or empath with what the world is going through, and sometimes it really gets hard to stay focused on what you really are here to do, because I got drowned a bit in part of my life where I was going through my own grief when my dad passed away, and I went through a lot of my own stuff, but then other people's stuff and other people's stories where you want to ignore yourself to let the space for other people. So this, I think, is a mistake. Like, you need to take care of yourself in order to take care of other people, and that's something I you know did not do.
But here's the thing: in a lot of ways, you do take care of other people by taking care of yourself. Because explain and tell me if I'm wrong. I find that through your music, not only do you take care of yourself, because that's where the it's like you draw in the energy to get the energy out is through music and art. But then when that music and art is out there, you are then helping other people. Correct?
Totally. Yeah, totally. Exactly. Well, I feel like when you're listening to your own purpose and your own passion and what drives you, let's say for me, it's music, and but for anyone, it could be anything. When you listen to this, I think it sets the stage or the space for other people to do their own purpose, so when you dive deeply in what you have to do, I'm trying to say, like, it helps other people to do the same. So if that makes sense.
Absolutely makes sense. Let's talk about the roots and where this came from, because it really is your parents that helped nurture you to the person that you are today. Talk about your parents and talk about growing up, because originally you're from Quebec, correct?
Yes, Wendake, yeah, Wendake, which is the native village here in the community from First Nation. My father was Wendat, and my mom is Métis. My father was a producer, musician. He did a show for all his life. He was trying to make his way into music. And so, really young, I was in the world of creating and stage, and he also included me in his own show when I was about 14 years old. Yeah, it was a huge opportunity. And my mom was the choreographer. She was also a gymnast. professional gymnast. So it was like a lot of movement, like dance and story. My father wanted to create this link between modern society and indigenous roots. So he tried to collide both worlds together, which totally right now inspires my work and how I am directing anima in a different way, but in the same vein, you know. So yeah, my parents gave me uh, and you know, spiritual values. My father would take me whenever I would do something wrong as a child. He would bring me in the forest and make me apologize to trees. So like quickly I kind of I set the trees or nature as beyond and as being the teachers, you know. So it was really um profound, really profound. Yeah.
I love that. Now, because we talked about the fact that you were such a spiritual person and taking things in, what was it like for you when all this was happening around you and not being able to, well, learning the tools to cope with that? What was that like as you slowly started to learn how to cope?
Hmm. You mean, I don't really understand the question. You mean like,
What I mean is, because you're a very spiritual person. You take a lot of things in. As
yeah.
you grow older, it's easier for you to now deal with these things. But in the beginning, when these things were happening, and you're not really understanding what was happening, what was that like? And then gathering the tools from your family and other people that you trust, what was that like for you to gather that?
Hmm. I guess some time. Like if I understand what you're saying, because it's a vast question, but to cope with like spiritual values and to explore this world, and to mix it with like the human's emotion and behaviors and relationships and society, anxiety, money, you know, stress, all this society stress. So to mix all this together, my way of coping with it was to really, I had to be alone by some time, you know, to would put myself into nature, put myself into situations where, let's say, it's a big storm outside, a snowstorm, and there's no one outside, you know, and I would go out and I would experience like the profound um, powerfulness and rawness of nature, which brings you into a state where you understand a bit how you work, you know. So nature helped me to cope with like with this immensity of so many things, so much religions, and this seeking of understanding, like what are we doing here, why are we humans, and why am I conscious. So like exploring this whole universe of of thinkers as well, you know. Sometimes you don't know where to seek your answers, so I think nature is like the best ones, and also humans. There's other humans that reflect a lot that help you understand, you know. So maybe I don't know if I answered your
No,
question.
you definitely. That's exactly where I was going. Look, before I continue, can you tell me who your little friend is?
Oh, you saw the little friend. This is Ozalik. I called him Ozalik because the show of my father was Ozalik, and he's sleeping right now.
Oh,
Hello.
he is
Hi.
beautiful. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
He's such a sweetie, and sometimes he's annoying. Yeah.
When did you start to write lyrics? Was it poetry first? Was it lyrics? Did you know you were writing lyrics when you were starting to jot down your thoughts?
Mm. Um, Lyrics was for me like the first thing that got me into writing. So when I was really young, I would not write melodies right away. I would write words, and it was not poetry because it was really like whatever came, I would write it. So it was not like profoundly intellectualized or like research, like which word do you put there. It was just like I felt a certain way and I would just write it down, and I knew it was a song. I would divide it like verse one, chorus, you know, but it would just stay on the paper and it wouldn't be anything else. So that was like all my high school kind of thing. And then like getting older, I've met with musicians, so like guitar players in high school, and then we jammed together, and that's where I like started to more put melodies and attach music to the whole process. So yeah, lyrics were the first thing for me.
There's also dance in your life, also. Can you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yes, I'm not a professional dancer, but it's one of my, certainly one of my best ways to heal with music. Like I'm a very expressive. You see how I speak. I'm always like my hands are always like helping me to express, and sign language, I just feel like it's a sign language, you know. You need movement in your life in order to heal, and I just feel like with it just aligns well with music so much. It's like they just pair together. So and it frees your body and makes your blood flows and your heartbeat. And it's just I love dance. I love to dance and definitely want to add this a lot in my music and to have professional dancers with me and help me dive deeper into the dance part of me.
What about visually videos that I've seen of you? I've seen animation, I've seen live, like, what do you enjoy more, and where does that artistic value come from in creating such beautiful stories visually?
Hmm. Um, I guess like I love to put my mood and my emotion into a specific category and give this to the people that are creating with me. So let's say, for instance, the animated video. It was with Pooks. She's from India and she's such a powerful and great creator. And I was just like, here's my story. Here's what I felt well when this song happened, and like just do you and you know. So I just feel like giving your heart in the guideline, and then let those artists work with you, create a bit your own world, you know. So Anima's visual world is a combination of me but other people as well. So yeah.
This music project that we're going to talk about now, this comes from pain. Can you talk about the origins of it before we actually say, what the name of this is and everything else? When did this first begin for you? This journey into this music project?
Yeah. um Being more professional about something and being more committed is one thing. Like, you have your passion, we all have a passion, we all have hobbies, and but truly dive in deep into a process and a project means putting time, money. You know, when you put your money into like marketing and pictures and videos and like setting up your account, and then having your business registered, you know. So it's kind of like when I started to do this, it was like 4 years ago ish, I could say, or five. And and actually writing the music and then hitting up some producers being like, yo, like I want to make a song and let's like, can we work together, finding the people who are going to work in this project. So it was a process. So but it started about like 4 years ago to be really like committed fully to this path. Yeah.
What is the name of the new EP, and how does it represent you right now in your life?
Hmm. The name of the piece, Humans. So this represents me because I'm a human, and it represents all my observations in the past of how I felt and how emotions structure your life, if I can say that in a way, and how like human we impact ourselves as humans. You know, like everything I do has an impact on someone, and it's important to be aware of those things, you know. So yeah, being a human is so beautiful but also really scary. I feel like there's humans that do horrible things and I don't understand that part of human, and but then there's the beautiful part of the human. So it's kind of like exploring the whole spectrum of what what are we doing, you know. We have like so much power in ourselves, so it's really important to take care of this power and do it in the right way, you know. So
I'm curious, when were these songs written? Was it before COVID or during COVID?
it was before COVID. Before
It
COVID.
see, and this is interesting because really, when you look at and listen to the lyrics and the music, it's what we're all going through right now. It's almost like you had like an inkling on what the world was going to be going through for the next 2 years.
Yeah, I feel like we all kind of, well, I mean, a lot of artists are tuning in this kind of synchronicity kind of thing. I feel like we kind of feel where we're going because of what was happening already, because we've been working so hard with like nature and like defending like water and defending our planet, and there's has been like a lot of wars between like fighting for human rights. So I feel like it's kind of like we sometimes just puzzle things together, and it kind of happened then right after where you're just like, hey, COVID is happening and we all have to wear a mask. And like 3 or 4 years ago, I was wearing a mask in a picture, and I was just like, we need to be able to breathe air. And that was like 4 years ago. And but like in China and Asia, like people wear masks everywhere, so it's kind
Yeah.
of like kind of knew that there was something wrong, with pollution. So I just think like we just understand in a way that there's something wrong and it's going to explode one day. We cannot continue to do the same mistakes over and over again without any like impact, so
Very, very true. One of the big singles, All My Relations.
yeah.
Can you talk about what that song is about, please?
Oh, this song, the creation of it was really, my producer came up with the beat, and I was really moved by it because I really love high beat percussions. And right away, I was like, okay, let's just give me the mic. And I was just like, let's just put voices and really go more into the indigenous side of things, in my soul and in my creation. And all my relations to me and to my community and to indigenous people really means to like acknowledge and be aware of everything that surrounds you, right? So like all your relations to yourself, your body, your family, the people, humans, earth, spirits, everything, that you have a relation to. It can be food, it could be anything, object, your cat, everything. So it's kind of like when you say to all my relations, you just acknowledge everything that is important to you and that surrounds you. So this song for me means like this honoring of everything that exists, but as well as like I want people to get moved by the song and dance and scream and cry and laugh and just go outside, run in the forest, have like some time to heal, put that loud in your ears and just like, just let it out, So this song is more like something to let go, ground yourself and incarnate yourself and just scream.
Are we going to have some moments to hear you and see you perform these great songs live? Are there going to be shows happening? And if so, where and when?
Mm, I have no dates for now. We're planning a tour, a small tour, in this summer, which is really exciting and really I'm really excited for this. But yes, totally planning live shows as soon as I heal and I have a face, and that my jaw and my voice is better. I am going to put some musicians together and build something really magical and powerful. And I want to put dance inside and circus and a lot of magical things. So yes, definitely live is going to be a big part of Anima. And yes, but there's no dates for now, but there will be.
Okay, we're looking forward to it. Anima, you are amazing. Thank you so much for telling me your story. Thank you for the great music that you have been able to record for us. And if anything, thank you so much for the spiritual awakening that kind of feeling right now after talking to you. Because honestly, one of the things I do plan on doing, which I haven't done since I was a kid, when the next blizzard hits, I'm just gonna go out there, just stand there, just for a
Yeah.
moment.
Yes, experience it.
Yeah.
Just get aware in it and just exist in it, and then just ask yourself how do you feel in it. It's just yeah.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you so much. Looking forward to talking to you again. Another new music, and cross fingers that if you can get down here in Toronto, would love to talk to you one on one. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening.